Alright guys, so patch 1.1 is here. If you guys don't know, there is a brand new update that just released on 7 Deadly Sins Origin that introduces a couple of new things and a new character for us to summon on. So if I prop this up and I go into my rewards here, you guys should be able to go into your mailbox and you'll see an SSR Selector and a couple of other goodies that you should be able to get as well. Now, bear in mind that some people were having issues with these rewards, notably PlayStation users, okay? They're like, man, we didn't get the SSR Selector at all. That should now be fixed, but if it isn't, just stay calm, okay? They are aware that that is an issue, and you guys should be getting your SSR Selector as well. I know that some people pointed out that they had to pay for it. They had to buy it from like a shop for 3,000 gold. It was just like a mess. It's like all over the place, but again, things should be panned out and fixed now, but if not, if you're still encountering issues, just chill. You know, you'll get it soon. So, with that being said, if I go into my bag and as you guys can see, if I go into the SSR Hero Selector, you'll have a couple of different options between, as you guys can see, Elaine, we have King, we have Jericho, Gila, Deanne, Manny, and Drake. So, I know a lot of people are going to be confused and wondering, like, who should I use and this, that, and the third. And look, I want to preface by saying this, right? I have not been keeping up with the game and playing, but I'm factual, actual, factual, if that makes sense, with this advice right here, right? So honestly, it's gonna depend on your team composition and what you're going for, but really, your best picks out of all these are going to be between 4 characters, and that's gonna be between Elaine, Jericho, Deanne, and Manny, right? If you don't have any of these characters, people might advise you to go for Manny just because she's really just like a one-size-fits-all type of character. You know, Elaine's also really useful as well. Again, another support character. You know, these are the 2 best support characters in the game. So some people might gear you in that direction. If you have, let's say, Meliodas, if you were fortunate enough, right, and you have your support character, maybe you should pick between, you know, Jericho and Deanne. And most people, if you have a pretty decent team, are going to gear you towards Deanne just because of the Abyss difficulty weakness component being like Earth, this update, something of that sort. So honestly, I was going to go into this update anyways, and I talked to the stream about this yesterday night when I streamed briefly. I told him I was going to go with Deanne. I really wanted Deanne. I love Jericho and stuff like that, but I just feel like Jericho in this game is good for burst and proccing like your burst and then switching to, like, let's say Meliodas if you have Meliodas, whatever the case is, right? So she's like the best burst builder in the game currently. At least most people believe that. And you guys should just search up some footage from her. Like, she builds bursts like absolutely like crazy fast, right? So yeah, she's like just her, they, them in that regard. But if you want like something a bit more well-rounded, then Deanne would be the ideal choice, because Deanne has more value in that she can be a great DPS, a great support. She heals with the nunchucks, whatever the case is. So I mean, like I said, it's just going to depend on your team, who you want to go for. But to me personally, I would disregard everybody else and just focus on one of those 4. So again, just Manny, Deanne, Jericho, or Elaine. And in reality, it should be between these 3, which is Manny, Deanne, and Jericho. No disrespect to Elaine, because I loved Elaine in the beginning, but you know, just Manny has a lot of upside to her with her crit bonuses and her passive and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so I obviously, because of my team comp, I'm gonna go with Deanne, so I'm gonna go ahead and select that. And there you go. You know, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get Jericho pretty easily anyways. So easy pickings for me, my boy. Thank you, Deanne. I'm glad you joined the team with your mouth wide open. I mean, all right, let's just keep going. So going back to the menus here, you guys can see they've added in the Hawk Pass as well with this update. So this is the game's effective battle pass, and as you guys can see, it's a bunch of different rewards all the way up to level 80, and we have 34 days to effectively max this thing out. And we also do have these other rewards here that we can claim from missions. We have seasonal missions, as you guys can see, which I just completed one there, and another one. And there you go. So we are now on Hawk Pass level 3. The cool thing is that apparently at Hawk Pass level 5, you got a special reward that you can choose between all these different weapons here. So right now, currently, you know, I personally have the lance. I also have these dual swords. So I don't really know. This is also going to be another thing that people might be like, oh, what item should I go for? And it's like, it's really just going to depend on your team composition, what you have and what you still need, right? Me personally, I don't even know myself. I'm going to have to ponder this a little bit and probably just get an item to build around Deanne, whether that be her gauntlets or whatever the case is. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, just be on the lookout for these rewards when and if you do happen to get there. So also just be sure to take note of the fact that we do have free rewards in the top, which everybody will be able to get. But in order to get the ones on the bottom here, which are pretty stacked, if you guys take a look at the bottom, you have some limited summons in there as well. You're gonna have to buy the plus rewards, so that's gonna cost a bit, right? It's gonna be $10 to get the Hawk Pass Plus, or you can get the Premium Hawk Pass, which gives you 20 levels on top of the Hawk Pass itself. So it really is gonna depend on you what you want to go for. But yeah, that's the Hawk Pass, and that's just got added in this update. Next up, if we go into events here with this update, they've also added in a trail or trial, whatever you want to call it, for the newest hero, which is unfortunately Daisy. No disrespect, but you know, we had our ideas and our expectations with who this next character was going to be, and it was certainly not Daisy. So, but you know, you can check her out here. You know, you can do the character trial, just get some freebies and see if you like her. But aside from that, the main crux of this is going to be the new events, which is the exploration missions. You get a bunch of rewards from these things, and it's just all like doing miscellaneous things around the world. So there's different tiers, as you guys can see, and this is all good and dandy up until the 22nd apparently. So that's when the event ends, for oh look, and they just got a server patch out. Not bad. But yeah, this is going to be the exploration stuff. They have a joyful moment, which is just going to be based on cube keys. The more you use cube keys, log in, get them, refresh them, whatever you want to do with regard to that, the more rewards you'll get. So got a bunch of rewards here as well. Glad that we got some new events. I just think the game is really lacking in this regard, which is why I didn't have much incentive to be logging in all the time. But anyways, they also have some new challenge missions. As you guys can see, it's going to take me a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit to catch up to everybody else. Right? Everybody seems to be hovering around like the 40s as far as like combat class. But yeah, as you guys can see, they go up all the way until 65,000. So, and obviously, last but not least, in the limited hero draw, Daisy is the character. You guys can go ahead and pick her up here. I technically could get her if I wanted to. I'm like well within like getting my pity. Obviously, I could fill the 50-50. But as per usual, at a 120, you'll get the guaranteed banner unit no matter what. So I don't know. I'll probably skip out on her. Not gonna hold you. But they do have the skin for her as well, though, in the exclusive skin draw, if you guys would happen to want to get that. So just pointing that out.